Mystery Sensation. I'm your host, Dan, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the books of Katie Shelly in honor of the fact that she's got a new book coming out summer of 2023. I'm going to be looking at two of her earlier books. The first one is My Pretty Vampire. And as you can see, she's got a very simple style. She uses color a lot. You don't see a lot of hatch work or lines on the paper. All very simple forms, and they're not anatomically correct. They're very cartoony and simple. But these books are a lot of fun. You know, I would associate this kind of artwork more with a European style comic than Americans. We tend to go for a much more realistic style if we're doing books like this one, which is it's a horror comic. It's a kind of B-movie type of plot, but and it takes itself kind of seriously, although it has a few playful touches. And the artwork works for this. I really like it. A young woman has been turned into a vampire, and she's been being kept under lock and key by her brother. He's hired a maid to come in and help, and she's living a life that's totally locked off from society. The brother is claiming that the blood she drinks is his blood. She says it's terrible. She's going, I can't live like this. I hate him. He's not my brother. He's a pervert. And I'm starving. As you can imagine, he's not creating enough blood to really satisfy what she wants as a vampire. But, she seems just like some regular mixed up teen. She is spending her day in the indoor pool. She's got a maid that comes in. The maid sneaks her some cigarettes so she can smoke. You see her one little fang showing there. And but she really wants to get out. And sure enough, she comes up with a way to sneak out. Her brother catches her, but he can't stop her. But she's getting so little blood, from the small amount that she's fed, it keeps her alive, but so weak, hungry. But she manages to run away. She finds a trucker sleeping in the cab of his truck. She comes in and she bites him and drinks, probably for the first time. Now she's going like, my strength is coming back. My mind feels sharper too. I could walk all night. And thus begins her journey. So the brother is beside himself. There is a powerful group of vampires who know about her and who wanted to get rid of her, but her brother insisted he could keep her under control. Only now he knows they're going to be looking for her. And since she's on a little murder spree, she's got the police after her. And here he is, the brother. The brother is trying to get a private detective on her trail. And and he's straight out of a B-movie looking guy too. So she's got this group of vampires. She's committing crimes everywhere, and this private eye is after her. There, the private eye is talking to the cop that's after her, or one of the cops. And this is a group of the secret vampire society. So I don't want to give too much of this away, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of pieces going on, a lot of back and forth, and this character that seemed like such an innocent, young person becomes a real monster by the end. And that's a lot of fun. Now, when I read this, someone it was the Wikipedia. I looked at that real quick to see if there was anything interesting there. Just because I had never read anything about her as a person, and I see that they list Dario Argento as a big influence on her, but I don't know that I see Dario Argento as much as I see Jean Roland. I guess this is how you pronounce his name. He's a French filmmaker. He does kind of surreal kind of. He did a series of 4 horror movies back in the 70s. This is one of them, The Shiver of the Vampires. Roland's third and most colorful vampire film retains the comic strip influence of his earlier work, but amps up the sexual content considerably with the addition of a roaring psychedelic soundtrack, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I really think his dreamy, sexy vampire films will probably seem like more of an influence on Skelly's book than Dario Argento. Although, who doesn't love Dario Argento? The other book is Maids. This is based on the true story of 2 sisters who are from a poor family, and one of them was living with a somewhat abusive mother, and it just a rough upbringing. And the one maid gets a job working for a rich family, and she convinces them to hire her sister to work with her. And the family, the mother and daughter of the family, are very abusive to them. How do they describe it on the back? Leah and Christina are maids. Mornings are for cooking and tidying. Their mistress is strict. Gardening at midday. If they are fired, they will be homeless. Family and religion has failed the sisters. In the evening, they smoke cigarettes and reminisce. On February 2nd, 1933, they will murder everybody in the house. Both a true crime saga and an allegory of societal collapse, Maids finds artist Katie Shelly at her most subversively naturalistic. To observe people serving day in and day out is to become acclimated to the lie that is some are born to serve. Everything that is will be forever, won't it? That's a weird way of selling this. This actually, the coloring on this is kind of different from anything in the book. So that's what it's about. And the question is to look at what it looks. This is it starts off an eyeball on the sidewalk. Clip clop, someone's walking up. They see the eyeball. They pick up the eyeball. It looks like they're going to poke the eyeball. It turns into the buzzer of the home of the rich family. This young girl has come there to work with her sister. So this is 1931. So basically they spend 2 years with this family. And I won't go into it too deeply, but, yes, there's some dialogue, but there's a lot of it that she tells through the, just through the art alone. And she really does a fantastic job of making you feel for the sisters, but also know something's going on that, it's not going to be all right. Things aren't going to be handled well. But it's really terrific. I love the little cat that's getting to spy on everything that's going on. 2 sisters have to share a bed. madame. So the mother's mad, slaps her. Why did the mail get to my daughter before me today? Neither of you could handle it? I won't pay two of you for less work. Throws the letters on the ground. So that's the beginning. But you see they start to get kind of rebellious there. So yeah, all right. I'm taking too long looking at this. I just wanted to give you a quick peek at her work. If you like this artwork, you know, if you what you see here appeals to you, I think you'll really enjoy. The first book is kind of like a fun B movie kind of thing, and this one really does give you a good idea of how these two are trying to cope with this terrible situation they're in, and how they eventually fail at it. Because as the abuse from the family mounts, the family has tensions going on within it, and they feel like they can take that out on these two because they're maids. So that's that. I really, I'm really looking forward to her new book. I'm trying to learn as little as possible about it ahead of time because that's how I like to do. That's why you might think I'm teasing you by giving you so little info. You know, I'm not one of those people who's going to dig through every page. That's because I like to be surprised myself. And so I haven't read anything about the agency at all yet. I haven't even read what it's about. And I can't wait for it to show up because, like I said, I love her artwork. I love her little details, and I can't wait. Thanks for watching.